That evening's dinner was supposed to be relaxed and fun, a cozy get-together with close friends, plenty of chuckles, and perhaps one glass of wine too many. My husband, Ryan, had planned it all to mark my recent promotion at work. We were gathered around the dining table, with candlelight dancing softly, glasses touching in toasts, and gentle jazz playing in the background. The group was in high spirits, joking around, swapping tales from the past. I was feeling lighthearted, maybe a bit buzzed from the wine. That's when the topic turned to romantic histories before tying the knot, and I made a terrible slip I'll regret forever. Grinning mischievously, I quipped, "Let's just say listing my body count would take a little while." The table erupted in laughter, everyone except Ryan. He stayed completely silent. His face remained steady, no frown, no anger, just a quiet, piercing stare that sliced right through me more than any shout could. I tried to play it off with an uneasy chuckle. "Come on, I'm only kidding," I said, flicking my hand dismissively. But the atmosphere had already shifted. Even our friends, who moments before had been roaring with amusement, now traded awkward glances. The quiet that settled over us wasn't peaceful. It was dense, oppressive, almost unbearable. Ryan placed his glass down deliberately and leaned in slightly. "Just a joke, is it?" he murmured, his tone even and restrained. "Tell me, Sarah, is that how you described it when you kept the truth from me before our wedding?" My pulse froze. He was never meant to bring that up. Not now. Not with everyone listening. I struggled to respond. "Ryan, what are you even saying?" But he cut me off gently. He looked briefly at the others, then fixed his eyes on me again. "You recall your old acquaintance, Mark?" he asked. The mere mention twisted my insides. The entire room fell deathly still. Ryan slipped his hand into his coat pocket, retrieved his phone, and set it flat on the table. With a single compress, a video started rolling. It was grainy security camera footage from the entrance of a hotel. There I was with Mark, standing far too near, sharing laughs, then stepping inside together on a night when Ryan had been traveling for work. Gasps and hushed murmurs rippled from our friends. The color vanished from my cheeks. "Ryan, that's not, you don't understand," I stammered, my voice breaking apart. He stopped the playback and spoke softly. "You've made light of your history in the past, Sarah, but you never admitted that history was still going on right under my nose." Each phrase was delivered without raising his voice. Yet they landed like blows heavier than any outburst. I wished the floor would swallow me whole. Our guests sat rigid, torn between saying something or quietly slipping away. The sound of my earlier giggles haunted me now, turning my carefree attitude and cocky grin into utter shame. Ryan rose slowly, straightened his tie, and folded his napkin with precision before setting it down. "I once believed I was fortunate to have you," he said in a near whisper. "But tonight showed me you never truly valued what we built." He addressed the table. "Forgive me for spoiling the night. Please stay and finish the meal. It's all taken care of." Then he simply walked out, leaving a hush so intense it stung. I wanted to chase after him, but my limbs refused to cooperate. I felt rooted in place. After what felt like forever, our friend Claire leaned in and whispered, "Sarah, is it real?" I had no reply. How could I explain that I'd been unfaithful and buried it? That I'd masked my shame with humor because admitting it hurt too much? Everything I knew was crumbling, and all that remained was the faint memory of Ryan's composed tone, the sound of someone who had finally had enough of deception. That night, I returned to an empty home. His belongings had vanished. His half of the wardrobe stood bare. On the bed lay only a short note, for simple words that pierced more painfully than anything prior. "Now the joke's on you." I sank to the floor, sobbing until no sound came out anymore. The quiet of that vacant house rang louder than any fight we'd ever shared. Weeks went by. Friends drifted away, no more calls or messages. Whispers circulated. Ryan's poised, graceful departure turned into the tale everyone quietly retold. How the ideal husband walked away from his disloyal wife, leaving her alone with her remorse. He never posted anything publicly. He never sought to shame me more. He had no need to. His restraint said everything. It revealed exactly the kind of person he was, and the kind I had let myself become. Even now, months afterward, I keep reliving that dinner in my thoughts. A single reckless comment, one careless grin, one flash of arrogance, and I threw away the only man who had ever loved me completely. That evening delivered a harsh but undeniable lesson. When you make a game out of love, don't be shocked when it walks away without a smile.